First and foremost, as an Indian Muslim, we must feel tremendous pride, a sense of empowerment, responsibility in this fact, because we serve a trajectory, the compass of achievements for all the Muslims in the world. I present my book, ASSALAMUALAIKUM WATAN. Translated, it means, may peace be upon you, my country. I present this book to my nation to service the upliftment and the mass Indian Muslims through the power of education, to serve the country by joining mainstream India and becoming contributing citizens to the exchequer. This should provide a very tangible, explicit, logical solution for Muslims in India to once again reach the zenith of their contributions, of the impact left by them over the centuries. This is the impact the Muslims in India have repeatedly accomplished in the past, while forming the rich history of this uniquely amazing country. As we have emphatically witnessed, Muslims are an integral part of the country, and our history is meticulously interwoven with the Indian heritage, which belongs to Muslims as much as it belongs to other socio-economic communities. Any sense of deprivation or perceived notion of deliberate discrimination needs to be meticulously addressed. And for this, the IMSET, Indian Muslim Socio-Economic Trust mechanism, will go a long way. Thank you very much. It will go a long way to alleviate the apprehensions with a view to remedy the Indian Muslim ailment. The IMSET will be a non-profit organization functioned via technology in a form of digital application. A trained team of youngsters with complete knowledge in the functioning of the digital app will guide it. This team will monitor by experts, eminent committee who will offer their services. It will engage preeminent, successful Muslims in today's India from each state, which will include captains of industry and tycoons in their respective fields of expertise. The IMSET app will be defined by a collaborative spirit and genuine empathy, as all the members will be invited to serve based on their seminal achievements and genetic inclination towards volunteerism, social responsibility via video webinar, online meetings, trainings, and support. I hope I'm making sense to you. This position will be highly prestigious, not due to the traditional business perks of compensation, rather due to the proximity of substantially impactful work. They will leave their indelible imprint on the sands of time, for their heroic deeds will inspire the generations to come. It will be 100% in line with the Indian Constitution and simultaneously will not be affiliated with any political party or religious organization. This political autonomy will be essential in maintaining the purity of excellence in education, medicine, science, technology, economic guidance will be provided. My personal view for today's Indian Muslims to unconditionally embrace the fruits of education. We must eradicate the penumbra of fear that has continued to intoxicatingly overwhelm us for a long time. We share the same country, and it is our moral duty to protect not only our social order and economy, but also to protect our brothers and sisters from any enemy within or out. The IMSET is entrusted to provide Muslim youth with the necessary road signs to stay on the right path. The IMSET is about regaining pride, dignity in a people. The trust is not about religion. It's not about purity. It's not about Hindus and Muslims. It's about humanity. As Mahatma Gandhi, in his prayer meeting at Rajghat on March 24, 1947, pointedly referenced Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's famous averment, Hindus and Muslims are like two eyes of a bride. If there is a trouble in one, the other gets hurt also. He made it abundantly clear, though the Muslims came into India from a distant lands, they adopted this land as their own, grew up for centuries with others, with a sense of unity, shared their joys and sorrows, and produced a happy synthesis that no diabolic design can ever break. My personal view is that to move this country in the glorious heights, we need the unity and the strength and dedication of all its people. That is the only magic, that is the only mantra can keep this land glued together. The division in this country or the breakup of societies in this country is a call the new East India companies are waiting to grab the pieces, if you understand what I mean. I know it won't be easy, but I am inherently committed to dedicating the rest of my life to the IMSET from concept to completion. It is my firm belief that once IMSET is established with a strong structural organization, then it will become the bedrock of inspiration, guidance, and leadership. It is left up to us, fortunate Muslims, to lead by example and philanthropy and uplift the brethren to help them achieve the desired socio-economic status as their rightful place in society. Muslim women should be encouraged to engage themselves shoulder to shoulder with the men to keep their equality and share of education and position. An educated community is an enlightened one. The insight I have given you about the Jewish community who have succeeded beyond the imagination of mankind after the deadly Holocaust and the devastation of the entire community, they have now control of the world, both socially and financially. This is through education, unity, networking. This is the mantra I'm preaching in my book. I have given examples of the Parsi community, the Sardars, Sikh community, large-hearted people, the Khoja community, the Ismailis, and the Jewish community. As an example, as an eye-opener for the Muslims of India, it pains me to see a Muslim beggar on the road like I see a Hindu beggar. The only two beggars I see on the road is either he's a Hindu or a Muslim. I don't see a Sikh beggar. I don't see a Parsi beggar. I don't see a Dawoodi beggar or an Ismaili beggar. I'm sure you share this experience with me. So therefore, it is, I believe that my good friend always tells me and reminds me that democracy is not the rule of the majority. It's how secure a minority feels. That is the true meaning of democracy. I have something to say which you give a thought to what I'm saying. India can take the lead in owning Islam. India can take the lead in owning Islam and projecting its soft Sufi version in countering the radical jihadi thrust that fuels the terrorism and ideologically. There is a considerable potential for India to develop Islamic tourism. See, we live in a world today, we have to live together. There is no such thing as separation. My latest mantra is the only currency which will work in the future is education. No other currency is going to make the devalue or whatever. Education can see you through. My book carries a massive message for the upliftment of the Muslims, 172 million of them. Just imagine, there is a Waqf which belongs to the Muslim Waqf board. It has 60,000 acres of land. At the moment, currently it yields only 8,000 rupees a year, whereas the actual value, realization value is about 90,000 crores per year. That kind of money will go a long way in two spheres, education and health. That will save the government of India a huge money from not to pay out from the Consolidated Fund of India. So, I am very happy Mr. Modi has started that movement. He has already ordered Abbas Mukhtar Naqvi, the Minister for Minorities. Minority is another word which is not very acceptable to me because it connotes a sense of weak majority. I've explained that in the book. That's too long to carry that now. So, my friends, I have written an honest book. The collective might of the Muslims, of 172 million educated Muslims who have a job, who have a business, small business or a big businessman like Azim Premji, they can contribute a lot to the exchequer. If Modi dreams of hitting a 10 trillion or 5 trillion economy, we need everyone, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. We all have to work together. We cannot have this fear in our hearts and minds to go on and on with the communal. Communalism is a disease. Communalism is a disease. इंसान इंसान से प्यार करता है, इंसान इंसान के काम आता है. मैंने आप लोगों का समय बहुत ले लिया. आप लोगों ने मेरी भाषण बड़ी लंबी छोड़ी थी. I hope I was able to translate and get through to your minds and hearts. I thank the chief guest, Anil Deshmukh ji, Amit ji, Hema Malanji, my very special friend, and all you gentlemen who are present here, my friend Prabhu Navadgi, who is the Solicitor General of Karnataka. He's spared his valuable time to join us. I'm also very grateful to you, sir. And all my friends. निरंजन को हमेशा भूल जाता मैं. Sunil Alag is the one man I can never forget. He will come here now. We'll start this book launch. Can we do that? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Where's my script? All right. Check. Mic. Okay. Thank you, Dad. I think those were very insightful words, very enlightening. It does give us a complete understanding of who we are. And just to add on, my father always told me one thing. Before whatever religion we follow, we are Indian first. So that's the mantra for the evening. We are Indian Hindus, we are Indian Muslims, we are Indian Parsis, we are Indian Sikhs, we are Indian Christians, and we are Indian everything. It was, of course, as candid and enlightening from the captain of industry himself, and I have to say, one of my best friends. So I would now like to call upon Mr. Prabhuling Navadgi, Solicitor General of Karnataka, to say a few words. We would really appreciate that. Thank you very much.